All right, time to make some progress. But first thing is first.
Welcome to our adventure. I'm Brian. I was lucky enough to find someone who loves the ocean as much as I do.
I'm Erica. I found someone who loves exploring as much as I do. Together we sail the seas, trek the globe, or even just take a drive, as long as it's somewhere new.
After a shockingly easy car ride from North Carolina to Virginia, these little guys started making themselves at home on the boat. With all the familiar smells that we brought with us, it didn't take long before they were comfortable enough with their surroundings that we felt okay starting to make some noise and get to work on our projects.
Okay, Erica, tell us what you're doing.
I'm patterning for a piece of plastic to go over this wall because there was a door right there. If you can see, it's not there anymore. We filled the hole, and now we've got to make it look like the inside of a shower. Yeah.
All right.
With the weather finally on our side, we begin to make some real progress.
So one of the easier things we have to do, these latches had kind of corroded through, so we're just going to get those replaced real quick. We bought these new ones here. Gonna get some nice nifty black ones and replace the gross non-working ones.
Much better.
What you up to?
Scraping. So much scraping. It's going to be well worth it. It's really good actually to be able to get some outside projects done, because first it was incredibly hot and muggy and it was just heat stroke to be out here. And then it was 40-mile-an-hour winds constantly for about 5 days. And so now it's finally pleasant and not blustery. And yeah, so now we're getting to it so that we can get this wood sealed and protected for the winter so it doesn't get any worse, because it's pretty bad. And that's what I'm doing. Doing over there? I'm trying to work here. Ouch. We just finished a project last night, and I've got to show you. I'm really kind of excited about it. Okay, so I know that as far as boat life goes, this is totally decadent, but this is one of my favorite projects that we've done on the boat so far, and that is our closet. It is kind of a monster, but it holds like all of our stuff, and I've got this little vanity seat, and I can sit there. I don't even have this in my house. We didn't put the closet here. It was already a closet. It was just kind of a, I don't know, workshop closet. So it was grimy and dirty. It had a lot of really heavy doors and stuff in it. And so we got rid of a lot of weight by just doing away with all of the doors and part of the framing around everything. So I feel a little bit better about, being a little less aggressive with my clothes purge and putting some extra clothes in here. I'm still going to have to go through and get rid of some of the stuff. What do you think about being a boat cat? Don't lay on the... You're silly.
So in the midst of 1,000 other boat projects that we have going on around here, today we opened up the drawer in the kitchen and it just fell apart. So the drawers in here were made out of just cheap plastic stuff, and so we had to kind of stop all the other projects and then come back to figure out what we were going to do about the drawer. Originally the drawer was just this, has a little plug guy that unlocks the little latch here, and that's how you open it up and it slides out. It was, like I said, very, very shallow because it had the little thing here and just all very cheap plastic. So what we've done is right now we have one extra drawer here that's now like that, and it's on soft close. And what we're going to do is double stack that with two drawers. So essentially I'll cut this guy in half and make it two drawer openings so that we are doubling our drawer space. And it's funny because like just yesterday or the day before we were talking about how we really needed just one more drawer for stuff. And now it's all nice and organized.
Beautiful! Hey there, Brian. You want to tell everyone about the excellent work that you've been doing?
Yeah, so we moved all of the water maker from way down over there to in here so that it's out of our way when we're inside, and it gives me a nice place to sit here and have everything in one spot when I'm trying to work on it. But then today, one of the wires that was running over here was too small to power the smaller pump in here, so I needed to upgrade those wires. And then I had to reconnect the other one of these that goes back to the wall, and then this one now has to connect over here to the control section. And then the small pump needs to get power running to that, and then also connect to the control section. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. All right, so Erica's had most of the sexy projects. She's got all of the stuff that you can see that's out and about. So I've been doing a lot of the more kind of behind the scenes stuff. It's not quite as interesting to look at, so I'm just going to tell you about it real quick. So first thing we did was put in 2 new toilets. We went from the little pump versions to these fancy little push button versions. On the one on our side, the master side, the port side, it then goes to a processing unit, so it actually sterilizes all of the people stuff and then just spits it out all nice and sterile, which is great when you're in places that are not the Florida Keys. Any place that, like the Keys, where it's a no discharge zone, we still have to use the one on the other side, which then goes to the holding tank, which has to be pumped out. All of that required quite a lot of electrical work and a fair amount of install, like, cutting holes and doing all of that kind of stuff, finding places for things. We put in some hall lighting, which the hall over here had really terrible lighting on the port side, and so I put in an LED strip lighting there. We put in LED strip lighting into our bedroom as well. We changed all the plugs to GCFI because that's what the new regulations are for all of that. Solar, yeah. We switched from our 4D battery bank to lithium batteries, which was a huge boost. And so we have two 300 amp hour lithium batteries, which pretty much runs us. And then we have a total of somewhere in the neighborhood of 1100 watts of solar, including the stuff that we put on the back. And for that, I had to AutoCAD some parts that then we sent off to this stainless steel guy, who then sent us back the parts. And that part's kind of fun, making something out of my mind and then having somebody send me the completed thing. And it all worked out great. And those guys are out now mounted on the back. So we've been unplugged and doing just fine. I don't even have the engines hooked up to charge the batteries. I can plug in the generator if I need to. But we've been off any kind of plug-in for 5 or 6 days now, and we've got 71% battery. It's all been working really well. We are really relatively self-sufficient at this point.
Here's that mounted TV and that lovely handmade custom stereo stand. Just blends right with the ship. And then there's our nav station. We made Bryant a little home office with a desk and a collapsing chair. We didn't make the chair, but we made the desk, give him a little bit more space and a little bit of a view. New tread on the steps. Made a custom boat garbage can holder thing. Shiny. This is the bathroom wall after we got mostly everything done. There's still a couple of things, but never would have known it was a door. This is where the old holding tank went. We took the holding tank out, made some custom shelves, and opened up a whole lot of space. Fancy sliding door with aforementioned translucent panels in it. It is definitely an improvement. I did the same thing to the pantry wall as I did to the bathroom wall, which was take out the door, which went into the front berth uselessly. I don't know why anybody would need to sneak into the pantry right around the corner in the middle of the night. Or refinished the seat of the bench that we got, refinished the captain's chair from blue to gray that matches our new enclosure. I think it's pretty tight for a home upholstery job. Cleaned up, sanded down, and generally brightened up the grate underneath the seat there. In the bedroom, I put in an extension so that we could turn the mattress the other way, and Bryant, with his 6'2" height, could lay down comfortably. I made these little shelves for the head of the bed, the new head of the bed, so that we could put our phones and stuff there and that wouldn't go rolling around. I crammed a whole bunch of stuff on mine. We had to take out a bit of the closet in order to accommodate all of this, and this is what the bed hole currently looks like. And here is the after of the general living space. I am just now realizing that I have no before pictures or footage. I don't know how that happened. We did have GoPro footage, but it got corrupted. It used to be teal all over the place. There used to be another bench in the middle of the floor here that wrapped around the table. So we've got the gray curtains, we've got the couch, we've got a little cat on the table there for your viewing pleasure. And yeah, that's my after pictures for you.